So I've had a complicated relationship with CarPlay, specifically wireless CarPlay. If you've been following the channel for a while now, you've likely seen my videos urging you not to buy the CarPlay to Air and the CarLink Kit 2.0 wireless CarPlay adapters. And that's because neither of them worked very well when compared to wired CarPlay using on both a 2018 Elantra and an aftermarket Kenwood display, both of which said they were compatible on their sites. From problems like distorted or significantly delayed audio making it nearly impossible to listen to music or even make calls, to completely freezing on the display, forcing you to either restart your phone or the CarPlay box in order to continue using it. And neither of those situations were really ideal. Today I've got the Ottocast U2-Now wireless CarPlay adapter, and while it doesn't work as well as wired CarPlay, it's pretty close. Let me explain. So here it is, the CarPlay receiver. A simple box with a USB-C on one side and a USB-A to connect to your vehicle. It's a sleek adapter that fits seamlessly in with your vehicle with a low profile and features a pass-through if you wanted to use wired CarPlay without unplugging the box. Upon plugging in, CarPlay pops up, and when clicked, you can see that the Ottocast starts searching for a connection. If you have more than one device you can use to connect, you can set the priority or tap on an option to connect. This works very well in my case, and I haven't actually had issues with it connecting to the wrong phone if both phones were in the vehicle. Just tapping on the one that you want or automatically loading the priority device works very well. So like many other wireless CarPlay adapters, the Ottocast uses an initial connection of Bluetooth to find your device and connect. Once connected, your phone sends a Wi-Fi request to the box, and then once connected, it closes off the Bluetooth connection, only using the Wi-Fi connection going forward. And this is actually ideal because this is what leads to better audio than through a Bluetooth connection and the ability to transfer data, hence allowing you to show CarPlay on your screen. In my testing, the connection process actually worked pretty smoothly, with the only problem being when I was already on my Wi-Fi network at home, it sometimes took longer to disconnect from that and then connect to the Ottocast. Still, the connection process took under 30 seconds to connect in any case. When connected, you can see that the Ottocast immediately loads CarPlay on your screen, and it seems to work quite responsively. When flipping through the pages, it's just as responsive as the factory wired version, and that extends to opening and closing apps, or using the car's app button to switch from the CarPlay interface to and from manufacturer's interface. When playing audio, I have noticed a slight delay from playing and pausing to changing the next track, and that's just about a few milliseconds. It's not a deal breaker, and in fact there's a lot of people that may not even notice that it's happening, but if you're somebody who's been using wired CarPlay for a while now, this is something that you're likely to notice. The same lag is present when prompting a Siri request by holding down the steering wheel control.
What's the weather like today?
It does take a while before it pops up and you can actually speak.
23 degrees. Expect thunderstorms starting in the afternoon, and rain tonight with mixed conditions for the rest of the day. Temperatures are heading down from 23 degrees to 17 tonight. My weather data is provided by the Weather Channel.
In previous CarPlay units that I've tested, this lag was both significantly longer and present when making calls. Now you can imagine the awkward delay this creates in a phone call if one person is delayed, but I'm happy to say that this isn't the case with the Ottocast. It seems that when making calls, it actually works quite well, with no delay that I've noticed in my testing. Sound quality itself is very good through Wi-Fi, but still not as good as wired CarPlay, with the difference marginal enough that I wasn't actually able to document it in this video. My assumption is that most people won't actually notice the difference in audio clarity from wired to wireless, but the audiophiles out there will. I'll say this was initially my least favorite part about testing the Ottocast, but over time I've gotten used to it, and I think others will too. So the overall experience with Ottocast has been relatively enjoyable, whether I'm switching between apps, making calls, navigation, or just using the steering wheel controls. It all seems relatively responsive and much better than the other units that I've used. Whether I'm navigating, listening to music, or making calls, it all held up. And even the bugs that came up were primarily solved by rebooting the device. Some of the bugs that I found were that the device was unable to switch back to day mode from night mode. The phone would display no service, stopping me from being able to play any sort of music or podcasts. The audio would go randomly quiet where I'd have to turn it up 2 to 3 times higher than I normally would just to receive a normal volume. And I'm skimming through these bugs because at the end of the day, a simple reboot of the Ottocast fixed all of these, allowing it to work like normal. And they haven't happened consistently enough to say that this is a huge problem with the Ottocast. So overall, the Ottocast is a convenient option for wireless CarPlay. I've tested on both a 2019 RAV4 and a 2018 Tiguan, both with factory wired CarPlay embedded in the system, and both vehicles showed the same results that I'm showing in this review. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the Ottocast, and let me know what vehicle you're using if you're thinking about picking one up. Like with any wireless CarPlay unit, the experience is going to differ from vehicle to vehicle, so leave your comments down below to help others who are thinking about buying. While you're down there, remember to hit the like button because it tells YouTube that videos like this don't suck, and hit the subscribe button to see more videos like this from me. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.